Well, if you're anything like I know I am, you collect Marvel Legends. Well, maybe lots of toys. But for a Marvel Legends fan, we have a new plateau that has appeared from Hasbro, and that is the Ultimate, or what's now called the Maximum series, which offers core characters with a lot more loot. But the big question is, how much are we going to pay for these? Hey guys, Scott Toy Guru Neitlich here from Spectre Creative, and the big thing that kind of differentiates this channel from a lot of other toy channels is I've actually worked in the toy industry for the past 25 years. I've worked for a lot of the major companies and some small ones as well. And I want to use that knowledge to answer collectors' questions, because I'm also a collector. I'm one of the rare people who's worked in the industry that, also has his own toy collection. So the Ultimate, or now Maximum series that Hasbro has revealed for Marvel Legends are taking their A-list characters and plussing them up with a lot more accessories. This is not a brand new idea. This has been done for decades, where we've had, call it deluxe versions of main characters. Now, I will tell you, one of the core things about deluxe assortments is they tend to only work with major characters, because buying a second or more expensive version for kids is, well, it's really usually only done when it's a major character. When you try to apply this to tertiary characters, it tends to, well, become peg warmers, shall we say. But that's not what this is about. We're not talking about strategy, we're talking about price point. Well, price point is part of strategy. And with the introduction of the first of these Maximum figures, the Spider-Man figure, who comes with alternate heads, tons of hands, webbing, stands, etc., everyone's asking, okay, this looks awesome, but how much am I going to pay for it? Now, I own one or two Spider-Man figures. I've got my Toy Biz Eric Larson figure. I've got my Renew Their Vows pinless figure, and I don't know, this was the retro carded one. I got the McFarlane Raft one over there. So we're getting another one that's very 90s, and which I'm excited about, because that's kind of the period that I personally collect. Now, people are wondering, is obviously it's not going to be a $25 figure, the basic price point for Marvel Legends. And people are throwing out everything from $29.99, $34.99, all the way up to $49.99. All right, here's what I think is going to happen. I think this is going to be a $49.99 toy, but let me explain why. So price points are based on planograms. So they're not done haphazard. They're usually reflexive. So if a basic figure is $25, a deluxe figure, it would make sense, could be twice as much, could be $50. But that's not always the case. Sometimes deluxe figures are only 25% more. The reason that I think this is going to be a 50% increase in cost to the consumer is, well, two reasons. One, let's look at what a $50 figure is, all right? So this Ghost Rider figure is $50, okay? Comes with a bike, comes with a whole bunch of flame effect stands, another one which I can't find at the moment, but has two of these, one for the front, one for the back, plus this little extra one, and the bike, and a figure, and an accessory. And I think he's got extra hands. All right. He's got pretty much everything Spider-Man has. I mean, yes, Spider-Man doesn't come with a bike, but if you broke down the plastic, if you will, like if you took this and just, let's just melted it into a glob of plastic, it would probably be about the same amount of plastic as all of the extra accessories that come with this Spider-Man figure. So on one hand, the justification for a $49.99 price point is going to be piece count and just amount of stuff you get, that it looks like it's about $50 worth of stuff. I mean, again, if you compare this to the Spider-Man figure, the other reason is because of the existing price point. So like I said, this is a $49.99 toy. Retail and toy manufacturers like to have evergreen price points, and they've already established basic figures at $24.99 and deluxe figure vehicles for $49.99. If the deluxe figure is just going from having a vehicle to just having lots of piece count, extra arms, extra heads, and a stand, a whole bunch of webbing effects, that's going to be seen as the equivalent of something, well, again, like a deluxe bike. So it's very easy to sell that into retailers when you could say, hey, retailer, you're already having a lot of success with our other plussed up deluxe figures at $49.99. Well, this year, instead of doing a, where the heck is my Ghost Rider? Instead of doing a a figure with a vehicle, we're going to do a figure with a bunch of stuff. When pitching new lines like this into retail, toy companies always want to comp it to something that's happened previously or current. Coming in with a completely new price point that's outside of the existing planogram tends to be viewed as, well, we need to think about this. And the reason is because they already have a spot for a $49.99 item. I mean, maybe not literally, but it's something that they've already reviewed, looked at, and they understand how that would work on shelf. So introducing something at a completely new price point that is not in line with current planogram design and price points is a little jarring for retailers. They prefer to anniversary price points, is what it's called. So they'll want a basic figure every year for $25, and they'll want a deluxe figure for $50. They don't care what goes in the package, as long as the customer feels it's a $50 value. So whether you're getting a bike, or you're getting a hover chair, or you're getting a whole bunch of webbing effects and a stand and extra heads, it's all interchangeable. At the end of the day, it's all about maintaining existing price points for comparable product year to year. That's how retailers and manufacturers look at it. So if I was a betting man, I would guess that this awesome new Spider-Man is going to cost us $49.99. I'm not thrilled about that. I'd rather see it at $34.99. But my spidey sense tells me that what they're doing is they are replacing the previous year's deluxe assortment, the Fig vehicle assortment, which has gone on for a few years. You know, we've had Wolverine and motorcycles, and we've had Captain America with motorcycle, and Professor X with a hover chair, et cetera, Deadpool with a scooter, Squirrel Girl with the same scooter. So yeah, what we're really seeing is just the replacement of one deluxe SKU for a different type of deluxe SKU. We've gone from a vehicle to piece point, to piece count. Piece point, that's not a thing. So yeah, that's my interpretation. I could be dead wrong, but from my experience, retailers and manufacturers like to anniversary their price points and their basic concepts. So a deluxe figure is a deluxe figure is a deluxe figure. Having a figure plus vehicle and an ultimate or maximum and a basic is maybe seen as too many choices. So obviously we're gonna have to wait and see. I could be dead wrong. I mean, I would love for this to come in at $34.99. I'd probably buy two at that. But yeah, based on historical sales planning, planogram price points, and anniversarying programs year to year, my best guess is yes, for this awesome new Spider-Man figure that we all have been waiting for, we are going to shell out twice as much as we would for a basic one. No different than when you have a 2-pack of figures. Also another example of a $49.99 price point. It's an existing price point that has been successful, whether it's a 2-pack, Fig vehicle. Seeing the $49.99 price point is something that's already set. And yeah, if you look at, again, seeing that a 2-pack, like, the Renew Your Vows 2-pack with Spider-Man and Mary Jane. I sold my Mary Jane. I didn't want that one. So I don't have her anymore. But yeah, you really have to look at, if you take all of those extra pieces, right, and put them in a pile, are they about the equivalent of a figure? And I think we can all look at the extra pieces and say, yeah, all those hands, all those heads, all those flight stands, or jumping stands and web effects, that's about the equivalent of a figure. And if all of the accessories add up to that, well, you're looking at a 2-pack, basically. One figure, but instead of an extra figure, you're just getting a lot of accessories. And that's my opinion, but it's based on my experience and my professional, my professional interpretation of when new SKUs are released and have an anniversary price points. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it wasn't divisive. And if you found it useful or interesting, please do share it with others. It's the best way to support this channel, and I thank you for it. Let me know other topics you'd love to see covered on this channel. Always open to your ideas. And thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next Spectra Creative video.